Hey, this your boy DJ Wolf. I got a couple of things on my mind. First thing on my mind is Muhammad Ali. I've already posted previous video posts on YouTube about Muhammad Ali legacy and its impact that it had on me, but this is for you guys, the podcast listeners. I wanted to make sure that if you aren't already following me on For All to Hear TV on YouTube, that you get a chance to hear from the podcast itself. Muhammad Ali, as you know, died over the weekend at the age of 74 as a result from I read anywhere from natural causes, but I'm thinking, well, I don't want to think, so I'm just going to just say he died over the weekend. Ali was a great influence on me as a young black child growing up in Cleveland. He's visited Cleveland a number of times over the years. My dad actually told me one time when I was probably less than a year old that he actually came to visit one of the local stores not far from where I grew up. And he actually said Ali had picked me up and held me in his arms. I don't remember it. I don't know. I just went by what my dad told me. But anyway, so I was thinking about all the great things that Ali had did. You know, I know people will say, he's boisterous, he's brash, he's bold, he speaks loud. Those are all his good qualities. To be honest, you know, it's his persona that made him the man that he was and is and always will be. You know? Oh my God. These people can't drive. And that's what I admired about him. He spoke about what was on his mind, about what was going on in the communities. He spoke about his greatness. Yes, he was self-boisterous. And he talked about himself very highly. You know? But you know what? For the most part, he backed it up. He backed it up. Quite often, I might add. You know? He wasn't just somebody who basically talked. He walked the walk. You know? But you could tell he was a guy who liked to have fun, you know. But he was a man that challenged the status quo. He challenged the system that kept down a people. You know? And he spoke often about that. As you know, he became a Muslim in the early 60s to change his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. He won several fights in his heyday. Come on. Not you guys' cars. And he backed up what he said. He had strong beliefs about his country that he loved. But what I admire him most is that when they told him about joining, you know, because he was a conscientious objector, about signing up for the draft, joining the military, he said the quote, and I'm going to say the quote anyway. No Viet Cong ever called me nigga. And this is what I also said on the my video blog as well. Ali changed the game when it came to civil rights in Black America. He had a different view about it. You know, And it was his way, his bold, brash way of telling people where to step off. You know? And who he was about. He was very proud of himself. He was very proud of his heritage as a black man. He was very proud of being a Muslim. He was a proud man. No doubt about that. Make no mistake about that. And yes, he boasted himself. He really was promoting himself, actually, in a lot of regards. But he was just so, he was, how can I put it? I usually don't use this term for guys. He was debonair. And in his case, I mean, debonair, he was very charming. You know, I mean, let's face it, he was a charming, handsome guy. You know, he had the charisma, he had the looks. You know, he was well-spoken, you know. And he carried himself very well. He really did. And who better to represent you on the national and worldwide spotlight better than somebody like Muhammad Ali? Who else would better represent you? You know? And my thing was, he took pride in himself. One thing that you cannot ever say about Muhammad Ali, even when he later on contracted Parkinson's disease, he always, you could tell, took care of himself in terms of him being out there in the spotlight. He didn't come out there looking all bummy and crummy, you know. He was very sharp dressed, you know, and, you know, he put himself out there the best light. Even once he contracted Parkinson's disease, and he went out there and he kept pushing, he kept pushing, he kept pushing. You know, I admire him for that. I know I've talked to young people over the years, and I always hear some of them talking about, oh, I can't do this. No, never. I don't want to hear it. Never say never. I don't want to hear it from them young people no more. You know? Can't was not in Muhammad Ali's vocabulary. That's real talk. Even after all he went through. People today in 2016, especially this generation coming up, has no excuses for it. You really don't. Okay? Muhammad Ali was not born rich. He was born with a God-given talent, though. And he utilized it. You know? Not just his boxing skills, but his mental skills were sharp. And he utilized it. You know? He didn't rest on his laurels about it at all. And he used it to the plateau as a sports star to elevate the issues regarding civil rights. He took it to another whole level. You know? He really did. And I admire him for that. I admire him for everything he did on that. I always did, and I always will. Muhammad Ali was the man. He always will be the man. He will be. You're going to hear that name. That name is going to live on forever. Let's put it like that. Forever and a day. I was told the funeral is going to be on Friday. There's going to be several noted speakers, including former President Bill Clinton. It's going to be held in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. So, and I'm heard that it may be a live broadcast, so stay tuned on that one. Man, this traffic is crazy tonight. People just drive like they know tomorrow. Only in the DMV. Only in the DMV. Speaking of DMV, hey, all right, on the upside here, last night was the Miss America pageant. I knew I heard about it. I knew we had somebody from the district running. I don't know about Miss Maryland, but I knew about Miss DC. Man, she was fine. She happened to won the Miss USA pageant last night. I don't know if she's the first DC native to ever win the USA pageant, but I forgot her name. It was Shonda something. Oh my God. But I mean, I was really happy for her. I mean, because she displayed, for what I saw, such grace and beauty, man. It's wow. I like to see that, man. Women of color. Because it was actually, the matter of fact, the top 3 finalists, including herself, were women of color. It was her, it was the young girl from Hawaii, and there was another young girl from Georgia who was also of a race heritage. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I'm assuming black, but didn't matter. They were 3 women of color. That's all I know. And either one of them could have got it, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm just glad to see a woman of color was represented, and represented well. Congratulations, Miss DC. Miss District of Columbia / Miss USA. Congratulations. You deserve it. And good luck on your future endeavors as well. Appreciate that. I also want to talk about something else. And not to deter away from that. Well, maybe I better not. Maybe I better not. I'll leave it at that. Alright. Because I want to end on a high note. Well, that's all I got for right now. This is DJ Wolf. If you like to debate me or contact me with any questions or show suggestions, whether it be on my podcast or my YouTube channel, please feel free to get in contact with me at DJ Wolf online, or it's DJ Wolf live. That's DJ Wolf live.weebly.com. That's djwolflive.weebly.com. That's WEEBLY.com. Also, I can be reached at foralltohear@gmail.com, foralltohear@outlook.com. I'm also on For All to Hear TV, of course, and For All to Hear on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter and For All to Hear, Twitter and For All to Hear TV, check out my new pages, by the way. I just redesigned them over the weekend. I'm sure you'll like it. Tell me what you think. It's DJ Wolf. I got a little bit more to say in the back burner about this and other subjects. I'll talk to you later.